Cut the BS, guys. Russell Wilson is not going to get benched. This article recently came across my feed, man. This is so ridiculous. I felt like I had to get on here and just make a video. NFL executive. Broncos Russell Wilson needs to, quote, play phenomenal to avoid getting benched. If we come over here in this article, according to an NFL executive who talked to Mike Sando of The Athletic, he said, quote, I believe Wilson will have to play phenomenal in order to avoid getting benched. The way Sean Payton has talked about Russell Wilson, I would look for it after the Kansas City game when they have a 10-day break. And this came after the Miami game, where if anybody watched that game, they could tell that Russell Wilson was clearly not the problem in that game. The dude was playing lights out. The Broncos offense, should have scored more points than they did. They had 2 touchdowns that were called back because of penalties. They had on their opening drive, Russell Wilson made a really nice throw to Courtland Sutton on a corner route. Sutton hauled it in, but for whatever reason, it was ruled incomplete because it was a tight catch, and again, for whatever reason, Sean Payton didn't challenge it. So that's where you can look at this game and say Russell Wilson was not the reason why our offense didn't fail to, hit unrealistic expectations and score 70 freaking points. We were expected to outmatch the scoring of the Miami Dolphins when our defense was getting absolutely gashed. Now, I'm not a big numbers guy, but if you look at the numbers and you look at the tape, both will tell you Russell Wilson has played at a high level this season. But here I want to dispel 2 theories. The first one is that Sean Payton and Russell Wilson don't like each other. Let's do that right away. Let's take a listen to what Diana Rossini told the Pat McAfee show regarding the relationship between Sean Payton and Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Diana, this group chat was kind of wondering how the vibes could be in Denver right now with Sean Payton and the organization after 3 weeks, 0-3, just giving up 70 to the Dolphins. What are the vibes, do you know, around that organization and that building, and then also between Russ and Sean early this year?
Yeah, so I'll start with just like the relationship between Russell Wilson and Sean Payton. To me, this is one of those developing relationships that's going into the positive space, and it really has been. I wasn't too sure how that was going to work when that pairing came together initially, knowing both those personalities just are very strong and unique in their own way. But from just having a lot of conversation with just players, people in the front office, talking to Payton even over the last few weeks, Russell Wilson and Sean Payton get along really well. The story out of Denver is not, can Sean Payton and Russell Wilson make this work? The story out of Denver is, can this defense get better? Can they make improvements? Can these guys play with more effort?
Well, there you go, man. Diana basically was just confirming what all of Broncos country has said from the very beginning. And if we come over here and look at what Sean Payton told the media about Russell Wilson today, this was earlier today in a presser. According to Zach Stevens here, Sean Payton said Russell Wilson is moving well and making good decisions. He's operating quickly and again is throwing the ball really well. Sean Payton has been very pleased with what he's seen from Russell Wilson. And at the end of the day, man, it's been the defensive side of the ball that is why the Denver Broncos are 0-3 right now. Anybody who's evaluated the film can see that. And I want to now come in here and take a look at some of the advanced statistics from Russell Wilson, because I feel like I'm somebody who obviously is a little bit more of a tape guy, but the numbers do tell a very valuable story. And I just want to talk about how many high categories that Russell Wilson ranks in, man. First of all, the dude is averaging, let's see here, 7.6 yards per attempt. That's 7th in the NFL right now. Big time throw percentage per PFF. This dude is still making several big time throws. He is 5th in the NFL in big time throw percentage right now. Turnover worthy play percentage, that's a statistic you obviously want to be more towards the bottom in. And Russell Wilson, he is 19th in turnover worthy play percentage right now. So that's one where you could definitely say that that could be a little bit lower, but at the same time, man, he was pretty high last year on this ranking. So that is a big improvement from last year. But then we come over here and we look at some of the other ones, man. Russell Wilson is currently 7th in the NFL in passer rating with 99.5. He's got a really, really good completion percentage over expected, which is another metric that's used to evaluate quarterback efficiency. He's much better at CPOE than he was last year. But then we look at some of the other ones, man. I mean, Russell Wilson, he's tied with Gardner Minshew right now at 13 in adjusted completion percentage. That's really, really strong. Average depth of target, Russell Wilson is currently tied with Jalen Hurts at 7, so he's throwing the deep ball a lot. I mean, you look at pretty much any advanced metric that you could think of, man, Russell Wilson is ranked towards the top. I mean, PFF passing grade, Russell Wilson's a top 10 quarterback. I mean, by almost every single metric that you look here, Russell Wilson is playing like a top 10 quarterback, and the film will back that up. Russell Wilson is not playing like a quarterback that's going to get benched, man. Anytime I see these BS narratives that are being circulated around that claim that Russell Wilson is the problem in Denver, I just want to blow a head gasket. Look at the film. Look at the numbers, no matter what you want to look at. I have plenty of examples of the film on this channel, and now I brought some of the numbers to the table. Russell Wilson is playing like a top 10 quarterback in the NFL right now. This defense is the reason why this team is losing games. Hats off to Sean Payton for being able to get this high level of production out of Russell Wilson. That alone gives me optimism about the Sean Payton hire. You can say what you want about Sean Payton's decision to hire Vance Joseph, but at the end of the day, the cupboard is just way too bare on the defensive side of the ball. We saw that even in the back half of last season under Ejiro Evero. Not saying Vance Joseph was the right guy for the job, because basically our defensive coordinator was going to be tasked with making chicken salad out of chicken feathers this year, and Vance Joseph clearly is not the guy who is able to do that. But at the same time, man, the cupboard was bare, and I don't even know if we had kept Ejiro Evero in that hypothetical world where he wasn't pissed off about us firing Nathaniel Hackett. I still feel like this defense would have struggled. Maybe not to the magnitude that it is now, that we're giving up 70 points in a game and we have a 50-point deficit, but I also don't think that this defense would have produced at the same level that they did last year at all, man. So, yeah, you can say what you want about our defensive issues. There's many things that have and can be said about it, but what you can clearly see here is that Sean Payton has successfully fixed Russell Wilson. The question now is it a little bit too late given the state of the team? So that's where we really are right now. Russell Wilson's not getting benched this year. He is the quarterback that gives the Denver Broncos the best chance to win. Jarrett Stidham, I personally have witnessed it during the course of training camp. He can't play. Jarrett Stidham simply cannot play unless he's going against fourth-string defenders who are basically not even on an NFL team right now. That's the only time where we actually saw Jarrett Stidham look good. Any other time besides that, when Jarrett Stidham has taken snaps in a Broncos uniform, he has looked like utter dog crap. So, again, man, I just wanted to dispel this narrative now. Russell Wilson is not getting benched. All right, guys, let me know in the comment section below if you agree with me. Do you guys feel like Sean Payton is going to ride with Russell Wilson through the whole year, or do you feel like there is a chance that Russ gets benched? Drop those comments down below, guys. I would love to hear them as always. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are two free and easy ways to show your support. Helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out and helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. And until next time, guys, I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.